It looks like we might be on the verge of another twist in the Canadiens' search for a second line center, and this one involves their most bitter rival. According to RG Media, the Montreal Canadiens have officially inquired about Boston Bruins forward Pavel Zacha. Now, that alone is enough to raise eyebrows. But what makes this especially juicy is that it's been nearly a quarter of a century since these two clubs have made a real player-for-player hockey trade. The last one, back in 2001, when Eric Weinrich was dealt to Boston in exchange for Patrick Travers. Sources say Montreal is not alone in the pursuit. The Calgary Flames and several other teams are also keeping tabs on Zacha. But the Habs' interest is particularly intriguing given the history between these two franchises. The Bruins aren't actively shopping him, but Boston GM Don Sweeney is listening. And if the Bruins stumble out of the gate this season, the chatter could heat up quickly. As for what it might cost the Canadiens, some familiar names have already come up in league discussions. Prospects like Joshua Roy, Oliver Kapanen, and defenseman Jaden Struble have all been mentioned. Struble in particular has ties to the New England area, having played his high school and college hockey just outside Boston. But insiders are clear, it would take more than Struble alone to get a deal done. For Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon, the mission is clear: find a legitimate second-line center. They've checked in on Anaheim's Mason McTavish, but the Ducks aren't ready to part with him. And while the Canadiens won't tear apart their young core just to make a splash, moving Carey Price's contract has given them the flexibility to strike if the right opportunity comes along. For now, this story is about patience. Zacha isn't on the block, but if circumstances change in Boston, the Canadiens are expected to be right in the thick of it. And if a trade ever does materialize between Montreal and Boston, well, it would be one of the biggest twists in this storied rivalry in decades. Would you like me to frame this story more as a breaking news alert for fans, or as a longer feature-style piece that dives deeper into the history and what Zacha could bring to the Habs?